China is shaping the future with engineering projects that push far beyond traditional limits in both scale and vision. Massive megastructures rise across mountains, oceans, and extreme climates, proving humanity's ability to conquer nature through intelligence and technology. Across the country, major developments continue to emerge, expanding connectivity and transforming how people move and live. At the same time, advances in technology and urban planning lay the foundation for a more modern model of growth. Join us in exploring the megastructures reshaping China's future, where ambition and innovation unite to create new wonders for humanity. Imagine a colossal road stretching across the ocean that is Qingdao Bay Bridge, a symbol of human engineering and the desire to transcend nature's limits. The bridge extends more than 16 miles across waters around 100 feet deep, designed to endure winds of 100 miles per hour and magnitude 8 earthquakes, demonstrating world-class precision. Built with over 500,000 tons of steel and 3 million cubic yards of concrete, it forms a lasting structure expected to stand for more than 100 years amid salt and storms. Its graceful arc-shaped design disperses wind and wave pressure while reflecting sunlight like a vast silver ribbon over the sea. The bridge's total weight equals 220,000 African elephants, illustrating the immense scale and technological strength achieved by humanity. For travelers crossing Qingdao Bay Bridge is not merely passing over water, but witnessing the boundary where engineering meets the grandeur of nature. Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge creates an instant impact because its clear glass floor hangs at nearly 980 feet, giving visitors a giant open space beneath their feet. Three layers of tempered glass, about 0.6 inch thick, are heat-pressed together, making the bridge look thin but extremely strong under load tests. Steel cables anchored deep into the rock form a stable suspension system that prevents visible sagging even when strong winds move along the surface. The long glass walkway opens a nearly 360-degree view, showing the deep valley, the rising stone pillars, and the wide surrounding space. The strong light penetration reveals clear details below the bridge, creating a floating feeling that makes many visitors slow down during the first steps. Because the glass is 100% transparent, many visitors move cautiously at first, and this intense feeling is exactly what makes the bridge famous worldwide. Gate to the east rises as a giant architectural gateway of modern Suzhou with a steel and glass form reaching nearly 990 feet and creating a strong visual impact. The structure aligns with the city's east-west axis beside a major lake linking more than 25 centuries of history with a forward-looking urban vision. Its floor area exceeds 4,840,000 square feet, functioning like a compact vertical district for business offices and international services. Construction began in 2004 and finished in 2016, costing around $700 million to establish a landmark of regional ambition. The Twin Towers form a massive sky void, where shifting reflections turn the entire structure into a symbolic gateway opening toward a new technological era. Today, Gate to the East is recognized as Suzhou's global reference point, representing China's ability to merge ancient heritage with futuristic megastructure design. Three Gorges Dam is recognized as a water control megastructure that directly influences a major river system and demonstrates exceptional engineering power. Rising more than 600 feet and extending over 1.4 miles, the dam forms one of the largest continuous concrete barriers ever placed across a natural river. Its construction was first proposed in the early 20th century, but delayed for decades because the required technology and materials exceeded the capabilities of that period. The massive body of the structure reshapes the entire skyline, creating a striking artificial landmark above geological formations developed over millions of years. Standing close to the dam, people often feel overwhelmed because every feature exceeds normal dimensions, creating a sense of scale difficult to comprehend. Beijing Daxing International Airport is known as one of the boldest airports in China, with a six-armed, star-shaped terminal that keeps walking distances extremely short for passengers. Engineers built it over soft sediment layers and had to use about 2,100,000 cubic yards of stabilization material to secure the entire ground base before construction. The runways follow the dominant wind direction of northern China, reducing the risk of aerodynamic disturbance during takeoff and landing by around 20%. The airport opened in the year 2019 and stands among the rare mega aviation projects completed in a single construction phase. From above, the terminal appears as one continuous structure with branching arms, operating from the start, with 4 civilian runways and a long-term plan for 7 runways. The project is regarded as a landmark that demonstrates modern aviation infrastructure capability and long-term national vision for the new century. Shenzhen-Zhongshan Link stands out for its rare, multi-layer sea-crossing system where a suspension bridge, an underwater tunnel, and elevated roads merge into one large route. Its main span stretches nearly 1 mile, ranking it among the longest sea-crossing spans, supported by extremely strong beams and cables. Deep water and powerful winds require foundation piles driven hundreds of feet downward to maintain long-term stability. Massive tunnel units weighing tens of thousands of pounds are lowered to the seabed through highly precise immersion procedures. The structure is engineered to withstand winds reaching 120 miles per hour thanks to reinforced cables and marine-grade tower systems. This blend of engineering and scenery turns the route into a vivid sea-crossing journey where every segment delivers a different sensation. O Infinitus Plaza abriga 2 edifícios de 8 andares conectados por passarelas aéreas fluídas que formam o símbolo de infinito, cruzando acima de uma linha de metrô e criando um movimento contínuo sem início ou fim definidos. Seu telhado em múltiplas camadas funciona como um parque suspenso onde pistas de corrida e jardins fazem a estrutura parecer um terreno vivo em vez de um bloco corporativo fechado. No interior, laboratórios de pesquisa, centros de treinamento e áreas de exposição operam juntos em um loop unificado que funciona como uma cidade compacta de trabalho. Uma fachada perfurada de alumínio e vidro controla o calor e direciona luz natural para as profundezas do interior, reduzindo a dependência de sistemas artificiais. Em 2023, o projeto recebeu o Prêmio Luban, a maior honraria de construção da China, confirmando seu status como um novo símbolo de arquitetura futurista. O Infinitus Plaza se forma como um vasto campus em loop infinito, cobrindo cerca de 480 mil square feet, expressando uma nova visão de como uma megaconstrução moderna pode funcionar em uma cidade densa. Yaxi Expressway is considered one of the hardest highways to build in China because it crosses high mountains and deep valleys with extremely demanding technical requirements. The route climbs an elevation difference of more than 4,000 feet through sliding zones and deformed rock layers that force tunnels to use 5 to 7 reinforcement layers. Several valleys along the highway drop beyond 2,000 feet, forming natural gorge-like terrain rarely seen in modern transportation. More than 200 major bridges, some rising over 300 feet, connect with dense tunnel segments, creating a corridor that seems suspended in the air. During construction, weak ground conditions required more than 4,000 helicopter flights to transport materials, showing how extreme the project truly was. At the highest section, drivers can see mountain layers extending for more than 20 miles, producing an almost unreal sense of scale along this highway. Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is known as one of Asia's boldest sea crossings, extending more than 34 miles and combining bridges, tunnels, and artificial islands into one continuous system. The seabed contains deep, soft sediments, requiring engineers to install large steel piles to form a stable foundation for the entire structure. The underwater tunnel reaches about 3.4 miles and is placed deep enough for heavy ships to pass above without disrupting traffic flow. The main spans are built to withstand waves up to 30 feet and strong storm-level winds, ensuring steady operation in harsh marine conditions. A protective coating covers the structure, reducing saltwater corrosion and extending the lifespan of the crossing to more than 120 years. By reducing travel time to roughly 40 to 50 minutes, this sea link stands as a clear symbol of regional economic connection and modern engineering capability. Harbin Opera House rises inside the cold northeastern region as a massive structure over 850,000 square feet, designed to merge with its frozen landscape. Its two continuous curved masses create a seamless exterior with almost no sharp edges, making it one of the most complex flowing surfaces ever built in China. Engineers calculated yearly freeze-thaw cycles of the permafrost foundation to prevent even minor shifting from affecting the giant steel frame supporting the building. A lighting system of more than 3,000 hidden LED points produces moving waves of brightness, turning the structure into a living surface during performances. Many visitors describe the winter experience here as touching the border between nature and technology, creating a rare sensation found in very few modern megastructures. If you want to experience a dramatic and demanding mountain route, Tianlong Mountain Road pulls you into a journey running beside cliffs formed over millions of years. Its elevation shifts between 1,600 and 2,300 feet, creating wide viewpoints overlooking deep and steep valleys. The road was expanded and reinforced several times during the 20th century to secure weaker sections anchored directly against the mountainside. Several segments open toward sharp valley drops, causing the scenery to shift quickly within just a few minutes of driving across changing terrain layers. Some large curves create the feeling that the road briefly disappears, forcing drivers to react precisely when the rock wall fills their forward view. The entire journey delivers a powerful mix of height, wind, and stone, making it a compelling destination for travelers seeking challenging natural landscapes. Huge Bridge is a cable-stayed bridge crossing an extremely deep gorge with a deck almost 1,850 feet above the floor, so the road feels suspended in mid-air. At this height, winds can reach around 50 to 60 miles per hour, so the steel girders and cables are designed to reduce vibration and keep the deck stable. The bridge forms a key link in a national expressway, cutting travel across the mountain region from many hours down to only several dozen minutes. On foggy days, most of the structure disappears into clouds, leaving only the railings and cables faintly visible, like a thin line between sky and void. Many steel segments were prefabricated elsewhere, then hauled along mountain roads and assembled high above the gorge with millimeter-level accuracy so the entire structure locked together correctly. On clear days, travelers can see the small river winding along the canyon floor from nearly 2,000 feet above and clearly feel the overwhelming depth that makes Juji Bridge unforgettable. Yangsu Rudong offshore wind farm emerges as a massive offshore megastructure where hundreds of turbines form an energy belt stretching across the Yellow Sea. It was once the largest offshore wind farm in China and served as an early testing ground for single steel monopiles measuring about 17 feet wide. Its combined output can supply electricity for roughly 1 million households each year, creating a cleaner alternative to coastal coal-based power. Construction relied on ultra-heavy cranes capable of lifting weights equal to 4 Airbus A380 aircraft, revealing a new generation of extreme offshore engineering. Grand Lisboa erupts above Macau as a massive golden tower, rising about 860 feet, designed to showcase the city's unique economic and cultural power. Its spherical base and twisting gold glass tower form a surreal geometry unmatched by any other Asian megastructure. Inside a gaming center of more than 320,000 square feet operates non-stop with hundreds of tables and thousands of electronic machines. Upper hotel and dining levels lead visitors into refined spaces supported by a wine collection of more than 14,000 labels. A 218-carat diamond displayed in the main hall creates the impression of a treasure placed inside a glowing gold interior. Its symbolic status was reinforced when Forbes Travel Guide awarded a cluster of 5-star honors in 2020, recognizing it as a global standard of luxury. Xiaolangdi Dam appears like a massive earth and rock wall across the Yellow River, where the heavy golden water gathers before heading downstream. The dam rises about 500 feet and stretches more than 4,300 feet, creating a reservoir of nearly 10 million acre-feet that spreads across dry hills like a wide, calm lake. Inside the reservoir, around 6 million acre-feet of space are set aside for sediment, so layers of yellow mud settle clearly beneath the surface whenever the flow slows down. Studies show that without this buffer, the sediment would rise quickly and the reservoir could lose its regulating ability within only a few decades. Through stable power production, flood control, and sediment management, the dam helps calm the river below and makes its behavior far more predictable. Taklamakan Desert Highway leaves a strong impression because it cuts through a harsh desert filled with dunes rising hundreds of feet that constantly shift with the wind. The route extends more than 340 miles through a region with almost no residents, including over 270 miles crossing moving sand fields. The surrounding climate is extremely dry, with yearly rainfall of only a few inches, making the surface hot, fine, and easy for winds to lift. Strong winds often create a low layer of drifting sand, sliding across the road, giving travelers the sense of the ground moving sideways. Many studies show that the shelterbelt trees survive even with salty water, as long as the watering cycle is tightly controlled to preserve soil moisture and manage salt buildup. With this mix of engineering and empty scenery, the journey feels vast and almost unreal, as if travelers were crossing an endless ocean of sand. Oppo Research and Development Center in Dongguan is built on highly compressed ground, so its strong vibration labs can run non-stop without affecting nearby areas. Inside, several pressure rooms recreate conditions equal to 15,000 feet, letting engineers test batteries and circuit boards in very thin air. Its ultraviolet system reaches about 1,200 watts per square meter to study how materials age under intense light. More than 20,000 glass panels keep the buildings bright during daytime without relying heavily on electric lighting. Skywalks link every block into a continuous workspace where the battery lab pushes devices through 1,000 fast charge cycles to measure durability. In the extreme environment chamber, visitors watch devices freeze and heat for hours, which clearly shows how tough modern tech testing really is. Wuhan Future City rises as a new technological mega-district of China where steel and glass structures create the feeling of entering a landscape shaped directly by data-driven development. The area spans over 20 million square feet, using wide 5G coverage and IoT sensors that collect tens of millions of signals daily to build a real-time urban map. Its modular green construction can expand by more than 5 million square feet per phase, allowing infrastructure to shift functions as research and production demands increase. With strategic recognition and multiple national smart city awards, Wuhan Future City stands as a clear symbol of China's ambition to build forward-looking technological megastructures. Wuhan's suspended monorail creates a strong impression because it forms a rare floating train line where each cabin moves entirely beneath a steel beam. The cabins stay around 30 to 50 feet above ground, giving passengers a wide view of the city while reducing traffic conflict below. High-strength beams with a yield range of about 350 to 400 megapascals are locked section by section to keep the system stable. In 2016, early vibration tests showed the suspended system shifting only a few inches during acceleration, confirming the high stability of its design. As the train moves at several dozen feet high, the streets appear smaller and create a feeling similar to watching an urban film from above. With its fully suspended structure and clear sense of elevation, this monorail has become a modern transport symbol many visitors want to experience. Guangzhou Circle makes a powerful impression with a circular structure rising more than 450 feet and spanning nearly 330 feet, creating a form rarely seen in modern architecture. Its facade uses a continuous point connection system where even a misalignment of 2 or 3 millimeters can disrupt the entire light reflection pattern. From the riverbank, the full ring reflects onto the water to form a natural figure 8, an optical effect produced entirely by its geometry and the flat surface below. When it first appeared, the building ranked among the world's 10 most controversial structures because its unusual shape generated many opposing nicknames. Walking through the curved entrance reveals how the entire interior follows a circular path, creating a strong and constant sense of visual motion. Guangzhou Circle now stands as clear evidence that extreme architectural forms can reshape how people perceive a modern city. Step aboard the Fuxing train and feel a high-speed system running steadily at about 217 miles per hour through precise aerodynamic engineering. Some versions stretch to nearly 1,444 feet and carry more than 1,280 passengers while maintaining balance and structural stability. The cabins use vibration and noise reduction, so the sound stays similar to a car at moderate speed, even when the train reaches top performance. Thousands of sensors monitor heat vibration and braking forces, sending constant data to a central processor that predicts issues early. As the train moves across varied terrain outside, views shift quickly from open plains to distant mountains, like passing through a living map. With fast travel, smooth motion, and a visually engaging journey, Fuxing becomes a memorable choice for anyone experiencing it once. The Sheraton Huzu Hot Spring Resort rises as a circular structure more than 330 feet tall, forming a seamless ring that appears like a giant floating halo above the water. Its 27 above-water floors and 2 underwater levels create a full circular form rarely seen in modern architecture and far removed from traditional tower design. The curved steel frame creates the feeling of a leaning structure for visitors below, even though the entire system is engineered for stability across multiple load scenarios. More than 20,000 LED points run across the building, synchronized through special software, producing a breathing light effect that transforms the ring at night. Completed in 2013, the structure was soon ranked among the most unique hotel designs in Asia thanks to its fusion of water light and a rare circular frame. "1,000 Trees" is regarded as a rare large-scale green architecture model where the entire structure is covered with vegetation to create the feeling of a vertical forest in central Shanghai. Its name comes from placing more than 1,000 large trees and hundreds of thousands of smaller plants across roofs, facades, and upper levels, forming a continuous green mass rising upward. The dense plant layer reduces nearly 1/3 of heat radiation when compared with common glass surfaces and noticeably improves the microclimate around pedestrian areas. To support this heavy vegetation, the design team tested several specialized structural systems for oversized planters, resulting in a strong column network and an uncommon form of vertical terrain. The mountain-inspired spatial layout creates constantly shifting shadows as sunlight, wind, and leaf movement reshape the appearance of each tier. These qualities make the model a subject of study for many countries, while visitors often feel as if they are stepping into an upright forest rather than a familiar commercial space. The National Supercomputing Center in Chengdu appears as a massive technology structure rising above a wide green zone and creating a clear sense of modern separation. The average humidity stays between 70 and 80%, requiring constant moisture control to protect computing nodes from electrical failure. This facility began operating in the year 2020 and quickly became an important supercomputing pillar for the western region of China. Visitors walking through the technology exhibition can observe models of processing nodes and high-speed transmission lines, offering a rare first-hand experience. Ping An Finance Center makes a strong impression from the first moment, as its height of nearly 1,965 feet forms an aerodynamic steel and glass tower rising directly into the sky. Its core system integrates 8 super-strong columns and torsion-resistant steel, allowing the structure to remain stable during powerful coastal storms. The steel crown, rising more than 361 feet, works as a natural vortex reducer, guiding wind flow and limiting sway during sudden weather changes. A stainless steel exterior mixed with millions of square feet of reflective glass shifts appearance throughout the day as clouds light and humidity change. Inside, more than 30 high-speed elevators and a dense technical network allow the building to operate like a vertical city, serving thousands of people daily. Arriving here, you clearly see a 21st century engineering symbol where speed, precision, and urban ambition merge into one unified structure. The Oriental Pearl Tower is defined by its chain of elevated spheres rising more than 1,500 feet, creating the most distinctive broadcast and observation form in Shanghai. The area's soft ground required deep concrete piles, which turned the tower into the first major test for future super-tall foundations, later reused across many large regional projects. Completed in 1994, it remained the tallest structure in China and Asia until 2007, marking the city's shift into the super-tall era. The curved glass elevator, reaching about 295 feet, gives a glide-through structure sensation where shifting geometry appears along the ascent. The glass floor zone, near 850 to 860 feet, creates a suspended-in-air experience strong enough to make many visitors hold the rail while looking straight down. At that height, you feel the fusion of technology, urban momentum, and forward-looking vision that shaped Shanghai's defining landmark. Marisfrog Pavilion stands in the southern creative district of Shenzhen and makes a powerful first impression with its monolithic concrete block covering nearly 18,000 square feet, cast in one continuous process with errors kept under 3 millimeters. The building uses a dual-wall system 12 inches thick, supported by hidden ventilation channels stretching more than 1,900 feet to maintain museum-level air stability for all displayed materials. Natural light enters through narrow slots and deep skylights, shaping a shifting light pattern that changes the entire atmosphere throughout the day. Its largest open span reaches nearly 120 feet without a single column, relying on pre-stressed concrete normally reserved for heavy industrial structures. An AI lighting system constantly adjusts multiple brightness levels to keep color conditions stable even when natural sunlight shifts rapidly outside. For visitors, the whole structure becomes a surreal visual journey as concrete mass-controlled light and complete stillness merge into a space that feels almost impossible to encounter in everyday life. The Yangtze Suspension Bridge stands out with a main span of about 5,577 feet, making it one of the largest two-level suspension bridges ever built. Its twin towers, rising more than 800 feet, act as giant structural pillars, supporting the steel cables that stabilize the bridge against strong winds and shifting currents. Construction from 2015 to 2019 shows impressive precision as massive steel segments were assembled to secure a safe, dual-level traffic system. The cost of nearly $1.2 billion reflects the enormous investment behind a megastructure built for both transportation efficiency and technical identity. At sunset, the reflections from steel and water turn the bridge into a glowing line, revealing the blend between modern engineering and the natural landscape. Drone shows are viewed as a modern light performance where hundreds to thousands of flying devices move in formations programmed by algorithms. A large-scale show often uses from 500 to more than 3,000 units, with each drone acting like a single moving pixel in the sky. Every drone follows a pre-built three-dimensional model divided into thousands of small flight paths, allowing the formation to maintain near-perfect accuracy. This technology expanded rapidly from the mid-2010s, when stable navigation systems made it a new symbol for cultural and artistic events. During operation, the drones can form shapes stretching several hundred yards, creating the feeling of giant objects appearing directly in the air. The most vivid experience happens when the formation flies at a low enough altitude for viewers to see precise details while still capturing the full sky display. Raffles City, Chongqing, rises as a vertical megastructure where 8 massive glass towers reach several hundred feet, creating the form of an ultra-dense urban hub. Engineers used more than 80,000 tons of steel and tested the design through wind simulations reaching over 120 miles per hour. A sky bridge suspended at about 980 feet was assembled from modules with a tolerance of only a few millimeters, showing extreme construction precision. Thick glass panels built to handle wide temperature swings give the entire complex a shifting appearance that changes with weather and humidity. Smart energy systems constantly adjust lighting and airflow, helping the structure operate as an environmentally efficient, vertical megacity. Standing inside the high-level spaces and looking down the layered cityscape, visitors often feel as if they are entering a future version of urban life. Chengdu SKP Park presents a space where an urban park blends with art, technology, and retail, inviting visitors into a layered world of experiences. Its structure stands on highly stable ground that allows underground excavation reaching nearly 100 feet while keeping the surface completely secure. Covering about 2.8 million square feet, it ranks among the largest underground commercial developments in China. More than 70% of its functional area sits below ground, forming a rare submerged megamall supported by open layouts and guided daylight systems. The surface park appears like a botanical quilt of 33 linked landscape zones, while the descending paths widen gradually like canyon gates as visitors move deeper. By merging natural greenery, retail environments, and immersive art, Chengdu SKP Park transforms a simple visit into a multi-layered exploration rather than an ordinary shopping trip. Intercontinental Shanghai Wonderland makes a striking first impression because the entire structure is placed deep inside a massive quarry. The hotel is famous for its bold concept, with several floors below ground and some even positioned beneath the waterline. quarry reaches nearly 280 feet deep, creating a special microclimate where wind, humidity, and shade shift between rock and water. The building has 18 floors, with 16 of them submerged, requiring structural design similar to a large underground facility. Steep surrounding cliffs form a deep light well where sunlight drops straight down, making the height appear more dramatic than it truly is. When visitors enter the lobby and look into the quarry, they immediately feel a rare uniqueness, unlike anything found in typical high-rise hotels. Hangzhou Olympic Sports Center Stadium emerges with a giant lotus-shaped form created from curved steel layers, giving it a striking and recognizable identity. Its roof, covering more than 270,000 square feet, uses a triangular diagrid system to move all weight to the outer edge without any central column. Six acoustic reflection zones formed between steel layers spread sound evenly for about 80,000 people, while test results show echo levels drop by nearly 30%. The structure hosts the opening and closing ceremonies of the Asian Games, proving it can support international-level lighting security and crowd movement standards. More than 80,000 seats follow a sinus-shaped pattern, allowing unobstructed views from every position inside the bowl. All these elements turn the stadium into a modern landmark representing China's ambition to create large-scale sports architecture. Step into a place where space feels endless. That is the new Century Global Center, a colossal building containing an entire world beneath one roof. The structure covers more than 19 million square feet, housing indoor ecosystems with an artificial sea-simulated sunlight and unique humidity zones. Stretching nearly 1,600 feet, the complex rests on deep piles and a steel framework weighing tens of thousands of tons for stability. Its large-scale curved design creates a sense of softness and flow, serving as a statement of modern Chinese urban architecture. The dome spans an area equal to 20 football fields, allowing sunlight to flood the vast hall, so visitors feel outdoors. Many travelers describe the experience as walking through a self-contained city where every floor and zone reveals a completely new world. Guanghuan Shopping Park is recognized as a large-scale green architecture experiment where the idea of a commercial mall is replaced by an indoor ecosystem functioning like a real forest. Its central hall rises about 138 feet, allowing a self-contained microclimate where airflow, humidity, and light cycles follow rainforest biological patterns. More than 300 tropical species are arranged in layered biological zones, imitating natural forest structures from canopy levels to ground vegetation. A nearly 66-foot artificial waterfall acts as a circulatory engine, supporting humidity, sound, balance, and air movement across the entire interior. Many rare plants undergo a climate conditioning phase in greenhouses to ensure long-term stability before entering the main environment. Visitors often feel an immediate atmospheric shift as they enter, sensing a transition from urban heat into a compact yet vibrant rainforest space. Three Gorges Shiplift is known as a giant lifting system able to move ships across a height change of about 370 feet in only a few minutes, showing a level of hydraulic control rarely achieved worldwide. Its chamber weighs nearly 15,000 tons and is supported by layered cables and large counterweights, allowing the steel block to move smoothly even when shiploads shift. Its construction required thousands of engineers, turning the project into one of the major hydraulic and mechanical milestones of 21st century Asia. With about 3/4 of its weight balanced by counterweights, the system keeps extremely high precision while reducing the energy needed for each movement cycle. Passing through the ship lift becomes direct proof of how modern hydraulic engineering can push boundaries in a place shaped by powerful flow and difficult terrain. Alibaba headquarters in Hangzhou appears as a huge working campus spreading across more than 198 acres with constant daily activity. The area reaches nearly 800,000 square meters, shaped as an open layout that helps e-commerce, cloud computing, and research teams work together smoothly. Its green coverage of about 35% creates a more comfortable atmosphere for people moving around the campus. More than 20,000 individuals pass through the site each day, giving it the feeling of a compact and busy technology center. During major celebrations, the central zone transforms into a giant LED display capable of showing videos for many continuous hours and attracting large crowds. Many visitors see the headquarters as a future-oriented check-in spot that reflects the fast-growing technological identity of Hangzhou. Shanghai Tower dominates the skyline with a height of more than 2,070 feet and a 120-degree twist that carves a giant glass spiral into the sky. Its floor area exceeds 4 million square feet, divided into 9 vertical zones that function like stacked sky districts for work, life, and public space. A double-skin facade forms a massive climate shell around the tower, providing insulation, while creating elevated garden spaces unreachable in typical high-rises. A tuned mass damper weighing nearly 2,200,000 pounds stabilizes the structure during strong winds, making the spiral tower one of the most resilient megatall buildings worldwide. Ultra-high-speed elevators, reaching about 68 miles per hour lift, visitors from ground to cloud level within seconds, offering a full 360-degree view over the entire city. Today, Shanghai Tower is recognized as a defining megastructure of 21st century China, where engineering ambition and urban futures converge in one monumental spiral. Jinmao Tower rises like a giant glass pagoda about 1,380 feet tall, where its 88 tapering floors create a distinct identity in the super-tall skyline. The soft ground required more than 1,000 deep steel piles, turning the tower into a key engineering test for future super-tall foundations across Shanghai. Its octagonal concrete core and 16 exterior columns allow the building to resist strong wind storms and vibrations while keeping the interior experience stable for visitors. The atrium, extending more than 370 feet, forms a massive spiral void with 28 circular corridors linking interior depth and exterior city views. High-speed elevators reach the 88th floor within seconds, where the entire skyline appears like a living map of the city's dense growth. From the observation deck, the mix of height light and engineering power makes Jinmao Tower a defining symbol of Shanghai's first megastructure era. Shanghai World Financial Center, a massive steel and glass tower reaching almost 1,600 feet, built to showcase China's futuristic urban engineering ambitions. Engineers anchored the structure into soft river delta ground using deep foundation piles and a hybrid concrete steel core to resist strong coastal winds. The large opening near the top allows wind to pass through the frame, reducing aerodynamic resonance and giving the tower rare stability among super-tall buildings. Inside, more than 90 elevators operate in tiered zones, forming a vertical circulation network, moving people efficiently across over 100 occupied floors. The observation deck at about 1,550 feet uses thick glass panels, creating a strong physical reaction when visitors look straight down onto the street grid. From that height, the entire city unfolds in full scale, showing how ambition, engineering, and financial power combine to redefine what a modern skyline can achieve. Phoenix Center is formed as a massive dual-curved structure where layered three-dimensional steel ribbons create the sense of flowing energy rising through the city. The complex spans nearly 2 million square feet with two interlocking volumes wrapped in a double-skin facade that balances light, heat, and natural airflow. Its outer frame includes more than 12,000 multi-axis steel members, each laser-positioned under 3 millimeters, creating a skeletal surface with no identical glass panels. Inside, more than 20 suspended bridges link key spaces, producing the feeling of moving through a floating maze shaped by steel and shifting reflections. When you walk inside Phoenix Center, you feel the union of technology and aesthetics, as if standing within a living megastructure expressing China's 21st century vision. Tianjin's CTF Finance Center rises as a sweeping curved tower, nearly 1,740 feet tall, where its narrowing form and seamless glass create the sensation of a vertical crystal shaping the city's horizon. Its structure holds more than 2,700,000 square feet, supported by 8 inclined mega columns and a reinforced core designed to resist strong coastal winds and seismic movement. The aerodynamic body tapers as it climbs, reducing vortex forces and allowing engineers to use less steel while maintaining remarkable stability at extreme height. Its continuous curved facade shifts color with changing weather, letting you see the building breathe with light, while naturally dispersing heat across its tall exterior. Tianjin ETF Finance Center stands as a northern Chinese megatall landmark, showing how ambitious engineering and future-driven urban vision can merge into one singular towering form. Hangzhou Low Carbon Museum rises as a vast, curved structure where steel louvers and green roofing make the building feel like a living terrain unfolding inside the city. Its hundreds of thousands of square feet are shaped as an artificial landform using a double-skin facade and air buffer to reduce heat glare and support natural ventilation. More than 60% of its materials are recycled, while solar panels across the roof generate much of its daytime power. Interior exhibition paths follow a continuous flowing layout with soft slopes mimicking a biological organism shaped by wind and filtered daylight. Hangzhou Low Carbon Museum stands as China's leading green megastructure, proving that architecture can function as a self-balancing ecosystem rather than a static building. Zifeng Tower represents an urban shift where a structure rising nearly 1,480 feet demonstrates how cities expand their usable space vertically. Its lightly rotated form reduces wind pressure while expressing the effort to balance engineered geometry with natural forces that constantly reshape the skyline. A composite concrete core supported by a steel frame shows how people construct environments able to stand firmly against long-term physical stress. High-speed elevators reaching nearly 1,600 feet per minute collapse vertical distance and reflect the intention to overcome mobility limits in tall environments. From the upper levels, the compressed city blocks create a future-oriented vision, where megastructures serve as symbolic guides for how humans shape new spatial possibilities. Chongqing Grand Theatre rises on a river promontory with a green glass facade about 210 feet tall, shaped like a massive sail above the dense city. Its oversized glass panels mirror clouds, water, and shifting light, turning the building into a moving surface controlled by the weather. Inside, more than 1 million square feet rely on an inclined steel frame engineered like a ship structure to stay stable in strong winds. Multi-layer acoustic insulation and UV-protected glazing create a performance space isolated from wind noise while keeping brightness and temperature balanced. At night, synchronized lighting makes the structure glow like a light vessel, and you can watch its colors ripple across the river with every movement. Through large-scale glazing technology, advanced wind simulation, and deliberate skyline orientation, the theatre stands as a technological and architectural symbol of Chongqing's forward-looking vision. Jiangsu Grand Theatre rises as a massive cultural landmark where layered metal roofs cover more than 2,700,000 square feet. And create a shifting, futuristic form. Its 4 connected buildings operate like a unified performance system, with every aluminum panel laser-shaped to maintain near-perfect precision. The main hall uses multi-layer acoustic engineering, able to change the sound field within minutes to support opera concerts and large productions. The central stage includes multi-level lifts and a turning platform moving close to 360 degrees, allowing highly dynamic, three-dimensional staging. When light reflects across the water outside, the entire structure forms a metal lotus effect that changes color depending on the angle. With 10,000 visitors on its opening day, the theatre quickly proved its role as a major cultural hub, shaping the region's artistic identity and long-term urban vision. Chongqing is recognized as the largest mountain city in the world, where a three-dimensional landscape merges rivers, hills, and urban structures into a form never repeated. More than 70% of its surface is covered by hills, while major rivers, like the Yangtze and Jialing, converge at the center, forming rare, layered transport corridors. With a strategic location, massive population, and deep economic influence, it stands among the four centrally governed cities of China, with province-level authority. A humid subtropical climate turns its summer into a furnace, thick vapor covering the skyline as nightlights reflect over low clouds, producing surreal scenery. The city holds more than 200 large bridges, many spanning rivers deeper than 500 feet, symbolizing engineering adaptation to extreme terrain. Locals call it the city that confuses GPS, where ancient essence, light, and modern architecture blend into an unreal harmony found nowhere else. The Qinghai-Tibet Railway stands as the highest railway on Earth, proving humanity's ability to engineer infrastructure in the planet's most extreme conditions. Stretching more than 1,200 miles, it crosses an average elevation of 13,000 feet, with peaks reaching 16,640 feet, surpassing all transport standards. At such heights, oxygen levels drop to 60%, so trains use pressurization and oxygen systems to keep passengers breathing safely. The route cuts across frozen plateaus, salt lakes, and snow-covered mountains, where winter temperatures can fall below -40 degrees Fahrenheit. More than 100,000 engineers and workers toiled under thin air and freezing cold, shaping a project that defines 21st century engineering. Today, this railway is seen as a symbol of human will and creativity, turning natural limits into a magnificent journey across the roof of the world. Shenzhen Bay Sports Center was built as an architectural strip nearly half a mile long, forming a soft boundary between the bay and the rapidly growing city. Its giant honeycomb steel roof, stretching more than 900 feet, was shaped through aerodynamic simulations, letting it withstand strong sea winds and filter shifting light. Beneath this structure, a stadium of nearly 20,000 seats and an arena of about 13,000 seats operate like a full-day sports ecosystem. The curved steel frame, formed with CNC precision, allows the span to remain open without large columns blocking the audience's view. Open areas around the venue function as public activity spaces, where sea breeze, sunlight, and cheering voices merge into a living architectural atmosphere. After hosting the Universiade opening in 2011, the center became a symbol of Shenzhen's leap into the era of futuristic megastructures. Atulia ladders in Sichuan feels striking because it was once the only vertical route that people used every day to reach the outside world. The cliff leans about 70 to 80 degrees and rises nearly 2,700 feet, showing clear rock layers shaped by long erosion. From halfway up the ladders, you can see a deep V-shaped valley where grey rock and red soil create a sharp and dry landscape. For many years, children and adults climbed more than 2,500 feet, sometimes carrying 40 to 50 pounds of goods along the way. Valley winds between 15 and 25 miles per hour make each section shake slightly, so climbers must hold on firmly even with the safer metal ladders. Even today, the steep slope, bare rock, and extreme depth make atelier ladders feel like a place that hardly seems real. The Nyangkunshan Grand Bridge appears as a massive structural line stretching nearly 102 miles across soft ground and wide, shallow water. The highly compressible soil required engineers to drive thousands of deep piles into stable layers to keep the entire bridge secure. Completed in 2010, it became a backbone of a major high-speed rail route carrying trains that move at very high speeds. More than 450,000 tons of steel were used, equal to the material needed for several large skyscrapers combined. With a length beyond 100 miles and a crossing time of more than 30 minutes, the bridge leaves a strong impression of rare scale and ambitious engineering. South North Water Transfer Project is striking at first sight because its water route stretches more than 1,860 miles like a giant man-made flow. Each year, the system can move around 17 to 20 billion cubic meters of water, helping many dry regions reduce long-lasting shortages. Some channel sections reach widths of about 130 to 200 feet, making visitors feel like they are standing beside a large human-made river. Pumping stations lift water more than 130 feet to keep the flow steady as the route crosses changing terrain. Large regulating lakes covering hundreds of acres create open water surfaces that are easy to notice when passing by. This project holds strong value because it proves humans can secure water resources for large dry regions on an exceptionally wide scale. Port of Shanghai appears as a massive shipping hub where global cargo gathers before moving toward major trade routes. The port covers about 1,350 square miles, with deep channels that allow ships weighing hundreds of thousands of tons to dock safely. Its berths extend nearly 12 miles, supported by thousands of handling machines that keep operations running around the clock. Along the waterfront, long rows of gantry cranes, hundreds of feet tall, stand like a steel wall, and their movements make the skyline shift rhythmically. The port has stayed the busiest in the world for more than 10 years, handling over 40 million TEU per year, meaning tens of thousands of containers move daily. Port of Shanghai therefore acts as a decisive node, linking the city to global transport routes and keeping cargo flow continuously in motion. The place in Beijing's Chaoyang district appears as a futuristic urban complex where a massive suspended LED canopy transforms a pedestrian avenue into a digital sky. Its commercial and office structures, covering more than 80,000 square meters, function as a compact urban block organized around a central open plaza. At nearly 80 feet high, the longest LED ceiling in Asia links two towers with steel beams, forming an enormous luminous roof over the entire space. The Great Wall of China unfolds as a long, ancient journey stretching more than 13,000 miles, where its vast scale shapes the feeling of crossing an entire northern frontier. High sections rising near 5,000 feet reveal how ancient builders used natural elevation as part of a defensive vision shaped directly by the terrain. Its construction across more than 2,000 years shows how generations carried the same purpose and preserved a project larger than any single era. Local materials, such as mountain stone, compacted earth, and straw, were adapted region by region, demonstrating an early environmental understanding and resource efficiency. The wall acted both as a shield and a border control system, guiding movement and shaping connections across wide ancient territories. Today, walking along its endless ridge creates a direct encounter with history, where each viewpoint reveals the scale of the civilization that once built it. Country Garden headquarters emerges as a modern megastructure in Foshan, where interconnected building clusters highlight the operational scale of one of China's leading real estate companies. Its exterior combines large glass panels and extended overhangs that reduce urban noise while reinforcing a clean, technological identity across the entire structure. Inside, a two-level garden and broad natural lighting create an inner oasis environment where controlled airflow and vegetation form a self-contained ecosystem. The site covers about 1.5 acres, yet delivers more than 1.2 million square feet of floor area, demonstrating an extremely compressed spatial layout. Tuoketuo Power Station was built across the wide lands of Inner Mongolia, where abundant coal and strong winds support an energy complex on an unprecedented scale. The entire facility stretches more than 2 miles, with cooling towers rising about 500 feet, producing massive steam columns visible from long distances. Inside, a 6,720 megawatt system operates with conveyors moving thousands of tons of coal each day into high-capacity furnaces. Technologies for sulfur removal, electrostatic filtration, and ash processing reduce major emissions, making it one of the largest coal plants with advanced pollution control. High-voltage transmission lines link the plant directly to Beijing and the northern region, stabilizing electricity for hundreds of millions of people. Since the 2008 Olympics, Tuoketuo has been viewed as the power backbone of northern China, symbolizing the nation's era of rapid industrial expansion. The Beijing-Hangzhou Grand Canal unfolds as a national-scale waterway stretching nearly 1,115 miles and connecting centuries of history through a massive transport corridor. Built and expanded over more than 25 centuries, it once carried over 100,000 tons of grain each year, becoming the lifeline for northern dynasties. Waterlocks, first used in 984, allowed boats to cross height differences, transforming the canal into an ancient water highway centuries ahead of the West. Large sections across low plains were reinforced with levees, control gates, and deep foundations, ensuring stability for a route that endured over a millennium. Today, the Grand Canal is recognized by UNESCO as China's greatest hydraulic heritage, symbolizing humanity's ability to build megastructures that transcend time and geography. Shanghai Maglev appears as a future-focused engineering symbol, reaching more than 268 miles per hour while creating strong acceleration with almost no vibration. Magnetic coils lift the train about half an inch, removing all physical friction and turning movement into a smooth, sliding flow, rare in modern transport. The nearly 19-mile route was completed in a very short time, showing construction capability at a megastructure level many countries still consider impossible. A control system updating more than 1,000 times each second keeps the train perfectly stable, even when it climbs beyond 186 miles per hour within minutes. Heavy magnetic rails installed with aircraft-level precision allow the entire system to run quietly enough that most passengers barely hear any mechanical sound. Looking through the window makes the landscape stretch into continuous light, giving travelers the clear feeling that they are touching the edge of future transportation. Fuzhou-Xiamen railway line creates a strong impact because its length of more than 160 miles forms a coastal megacorridor with over 80% built on bridges and tunnels. Its bridges use foundations nearly 200 feet deep and wind-resistant steel to keep the system stable during strong coastal storms. A seismic sensor system can stop the train when it detects ground movement as small as 0.01 G, showing the extreme safety focus. Many tunnels cut through ancient granite were drilled by TBM machines, weighing more than 2,000 tons, proving powerful engineering in difficult coastal terrain. Several sea-level segments allow the train to reach high speed, creating a feeling of moving along a bright line above the water surface. The entire route reflects a future megastructure where speed safety and landscape merge into one unified travel experience. Imagine a giant vessel being lifted between mountain cliffs. That is Gupetan Shiplift, the world's highest shiplift, where technology meets nature in harmony. It raises ships through more than 590 feet, equal to a building nearly 60 stories tall, proving humanity's extraordinary mastery of gravity. Its operation combines hydraulic force and dual mechanical counterweights, allowing vessels weighing thousands of tons to move safely in under 30 minutes. Gupetan Shiplift is not only an engineering project, it is a statement of human intelligence, creativity, and the power to overcome the limits of the physical world. Sanya International Duty-Free Complex was designed as a massive retail structure covering more than 1,290,000 square feet, becoming the consumption hub of Hainan's new commercial era. Its interior links wide glass roofs with open corridors where tropical light and sea breeze turn shopping into a travel-like experience rather than a simple transaction. The complex hosts more than 650 global brands and over 70 million visitors, functioning like a commercial playground the size of a small city. Interactive VR zones, art pop-ups and beauty areas transform purchasing into an experiential journey, letting visitors test, observe, and engage with products. A streamlined, duty-free logistics system processes orders, quickly connecting directly with the airport and creating a smooth flow from browsing to pickup. Since opening in 2014, the complex has become a retail symbol of Hainan, shaping China's integrated tourism consumption model at a large scale. The Venetian Macao was built as a massive megastructure covering more than 10 million square feet, which equals about 230 acres, functioning like an indoor city shaped by engineered design. Its interior can hold more than 100,000 people at the same time, requiring a multi-layer climate system to keep temperature stable during constant movement. An artificial sky on the ceiling uses oversized LED layers to recreate daylight on a fixed schedule, making visitors lose their normal sense of time while moving through each zone. Because the coastal ground is weak, the entire structure relies on deep foundation piles capable of supporting loads similar to large airport construction standards. When entering, you experience an immense environment where direction fades as programmed light, coordinated sound, and automated systems merge into a futuristic technological symbol you can feel directly. Kimalong Ocean Kingdom makes its first impact through the scale of its artificial ocean, where the entire experience revolves around a rare, deep-water environment recreated with exceptional precision. Its main tank holds about 6 million gallons of water, placing it among the largest human-made spaces for observing marine life. The artificial seawater system filters non-stop 24/7, using ocean-like flow patterns suitable for giant species such as whale sharks. Its architecture blends marine research with immersive entertainment, allowing visitors to approach the underwater world in a direct and expansive way. The artificial ocean creates a hypnotic effect with blue lighting and moving fish, while night shows use more than 1,000 light sources to form a glowing sea city. Visitors can watch massive sea creatures from only a few feet away, delivering an overwhelming yet captivating experience. Taklamakan Desert Highway stretches across Xinjiang, cutting through the heart of the Taklamakan Desert, known as China's Deadly Sea of Sand. Spanning more than 340 miles, it became the first cross-desert route connecting two regions once separated by endless moving dunes. To resist wind and shifting sand, over 560 miles of barriers and man-made green belts were planted along the highway. This system turned an impassable wilderness into a vital transportation corridor, reducing travel time and driving the regional economy forward. Nearly 80% of its route runs across mobile dunes, making it one of the longest shifting sand highways on Earth. During construction, more than 100 cooling and sandstorm monitoring pipes were installed. Engineers once hid underground to escape a storm hundreds of feet high. Beijing Daxing International Airport lies south of China's capital, holding the world's largest single terminal, known as the Flying City of the 21st century. Its five-armed starfish design lets travelers walk from the center to the farthest gate in just 8 minutes, a triumph of efficiency. The 700,000 square meter terminal, with its steel and glass roof, floods natural light, turning artificial space into an open sky interior. Intelligent baggage and navigation systems run for miles seamlessly, serving up to 100 million passengers every year. The airport expects 45 million passengers in its first phase, rising to 72 million by 2025 and 100 million annually. Aiming to become a global aviation hub, Beijing Daxing stands as a symbol of China's technological ambition and worldwide vision. Ping An Finance Center rises in the heart of Shenzhen, standing 599 meters tall, with 115 floors, symbolizing China's technological power and global ambition. Built over 8 years by more than 4,000 engineers and workers, it cost $1.5 billion and used 35,000 tons of steel. The tower's chevron steel frame enables it to withstand magnitude 7.5 earthquakes and winds stronger than Category 17 typhoons. Its self-cleaning glass facade and millions of LED lights transform the skyscraper into a 600-meter-high screen of living light. At 562 meters, the Free Sky Observatory offers panoramic views of Shenzhen and the bay beneath the clouds. Ping An Finance Center stands as a monument to the megacity era where humanity builds higher and reaches beyond its own limits. Yaxi Expressway in Sichuan, China is known as the road above the clouds, crossing the dangerous Hengduan mountain ranges. The 240-kilometer route includes more than 270 bridges and 25 tunnels, with over half its length underground or elevated. It shortened travel time between Ya'an and Xichang from 10 hours to just 4.5, creating a vital economic corridor across southwest China. Seismic and landslide sensors line the highway, ensuring safety in a region often struck by earthquakes and heavy snow. Its suspension bridges and tunnels were built using three-dimensional geological modeling, proving the boundless reach of human engineering. Yaxi Expressway is hailed as China's greatest mountain highway marvel, where human intelligence meets the harshest edges of nature. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is the longest sea-crossing bridge tunnel system on Earth, stretching more than 34 miles across the vast Pearl River Delta. It was built to link three major economic powers, creating the first intersea transportation network of modern Asia. The project not only reduced travel time from several hours to about half an hour, but also united the entire Greater Bay Area, the fastest-growing hub of technology and trade in the continent. Over 34 miles of steel and concrete turned the vision of crossing an ocean into reality, marking a new era in human engineering. Each year, the bridge saves more than $1 billion in logistics costs and increases regional trade by over 20%. Standing on the bridge at sunset, you can feel the meeting of humanity and the sea, a living proof of how far human limits have been pushed. The Three Gorges Dam is the largest hydroelectric power plant on Earth, built across the Yangtze River in central China, showcasing modern organizational capacity and engineering. It is a reinforced concrete gravity dam about 607 feet tall and about 7,660 feet long, with a reservoir stretching for roughly 370 miles that enables large-scale water regulation. Its core purposes are flood control for a densely populated basin, nationwide power generation, and safer inland navigation for large cargo vessels. A 5-step ship lock and a high-capacity ship lift allow heavy vessels to overcome a major elevation difference quickly, and 32 turbines of about 700 megawatts each deliver massive electricity. From the crest, the sound of spill water and the vast reservoir space with surrounding mountains create an overwhelming sense of how human engineering can reshape terrain. Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge is hailed as a monumental achievement in modern architecture, marking the first time humans suspended a glass bridge nearly 1,000 feet above open air. Located in Hunan Province, China, the bridge spans a quartz sandstone canyon surrounded by a forest of vertical rock pillars among the rarest landscapes on Earth. Designed to hold 800 people at once and around 8,000 visitors per day, it stands as one of the largest adventure tourism infrastructures ever built on mountainous terrain. More than 120 triple-layer tempered glass panels, each about 2 inches thick, form a transparent floor reflecting the sky while ensuring extreme load capacity. As you step onto the bridge, the glass beneath your feet quivers, the wind whistles through the steel cables, and you realize you are standing in the open air of the Earth itself. Bailong Elevator is the tallest outdoor elevator in the world, built straight into a sandstone cliff over 1,000 feet high in China's mountain region. Its main purpose is to cut the climb from hours to just 2 minutes, allowing visitors to reach the viewpoint easily without putting pressure on natural trails. The system has 3 double-deck glass elevators, moving at about 10 feet per second, serving more than 18,000 passengers daily and operating all year round. Its steel and glass frame is fixed to the rock with seismic sensors, load control units, and automatic brakes, ensuring safety even during geological vibrations. The project not only reduces soil erosion and preserves the sandstone layer, but was also recognized by Guinness in 2015 as the world's tallest outdoor elevator. Bailong Elevator stands as a symbol of engineering genius and sustainable vision, proving how humanity can conquer height while preserving Earth's majestic form. Shanghai Maglev train is the world's first commercial high-speed magnetic levitation line, symbolizing the technological leap of 21st century transportation. The system operates with near-perfect precision, achieving an on-time rate of 99.9%, reflecting advanced automation and exact time control. Its commercial peak speed of 268 miles per hour made it the fastest operational train in the world for many years. The project demonstrates China's industrial capacity from design and installation to operation, establishing the technical foundation for future maglev generations. After 2021, its running speed was adjusted to reduce noise, save energy, and extend the equipment's service life. As the train slows into the station, the speed indicator glides down smoothly, letting you feel the power and near-perfect precision of magnetic levitation technology. Jiaozhou Bay Bridge is China's massive sea-crossing structure, linking two sides of an industrial bay with a stretch of steel and concrete more than 16 miles long. It was built to shorten the route by over 18 miles and cut travel time by 30 minutes, connecting the urban center with the coastal industrial zone. With 6 traffic lanes spanning 115 feet, the bridge rests on more than 5,000 pillars using 450,000 tons of steel and over 3 million cubic yards of concrete. Engineers applied pre-stressed construction technology with earthquake and typhoon resistance and designed 3 navigation channels allowing large ships to pass safely year-round. In 2011, Guinness recognized it as the world's longest sea bridge, symbolizing human ambition and the mastery of engineering intelligence. As you drive across the open deck above the ocean, you can feel the magnitude, power, and visions of a civilization shaping the future of infrastructure. The South-North Water Transfer Project is the largest interbasin water diversion system on Earth, carrying water from the Yangtze River to the dry northern regions of China. The idea was proposed in 1952 by Mao Zedong, and after nearly half a century of research, it began construction in 2002, showing a strategic vision for national water security. The project was designed to redistribute water across basins, providing stable supply for hundreds of cities, reducing groundwater extraction, and restoring weakened ecosystems. Its 3 main routes stretch more than 1,800 miles across mountains, plains, and rivers, forming the largest artificial hydrological network ever built. The total cost exceeds $80 billion, employing millions of engineers and workers over more than 20 years of continuous effort. The South-North Water Transfer Project stands as proof of humanity's ability to control nature through science, rebalance resources, and renew faith in human intelligence. The Grand Canal is the greatest ancient waterway on Earth, where human will turned into a flowing link uniting northern, central, and southern China. It was built to transport food taxes and military supplies, sustaining the stability of dynasties for thousands of years. Stretching about 1,100 miles and once exceeding 1,200 miles at its peak, it used hundreds of dams and locks to balance complex water levels. Ancient engineers created an artificial watershed connecting 5 major rivers flowing in opposite directions, an achievement beyond imagination. Along its banks lies a living ecosystem where humans and nature have coexisted for 2 millennia, while the water never stopped moving. Today, the Grand Canal stands as a symbol of collective intelligence, proving humanity's ability to master nature through thought, not brute force. The port of Shanghai rises as the global gateway for maritime trade, where endless flows of goods move between continents. Handling over 43 million TEUs, the equivalent of 43 million standard 20-foot containers, it has remained the busiest port on Earth for over a decade. Its Yangshan deep-water port, built on man-made islands and linked by the 32-kilometer Donghai Bridge, stands as a triumph of engineering and vision. Thousands of automated cranes, driverless vehicles, and AI systems operate around the clock, making it one of the world's most advanced smart ports. Serving over 2,000 ships each month and connecting with 200 countries, it anchors China's Belt and Road maritime network. Contributing more than 7% of Shanghai's GDP, the port stands as the economic heart of China's eastern coast and a symbol of global industry. The Leshan giant Buddha in Sichuan, China, is the world's largest stone Buddha carved directly into a red cliff overlooking the confluence of 3 rivers. Standing 71 meters tall, with 7-meter ears and 28-meter shoulders, each toe can hold hundreds of people, reflecting the immense vision of ancient humanity. Built over nearly a century, the monument was the prayer of monk Haitong to calm the violent floods that once ravaged Sichuan. Hidden drainage pipes inside the statue have functioned for more than 12 centuries, proving the advanced engineering of ancient China. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1996, it stands as a timeless symbol of Eastern faith and architectural mastery. Each year, more than 5 million visitors from around the world come to pay homage, making it China's greatest cultural and spiritual destination. The Great Wall of China is the longest defensive structure ever built, stretching over 21,000 kilometers across mountains, deserts, and valleys. Begun more than 2,000 years ago and expanded through many dynasties, it reflects the extraordinary labor and strategic vision of ancient builders. Its materials, rammed earth stone and brick, change with the terrain, allowing the wall to endure extreme climates for millennia. A network of 25,000 watchtowers, moats, and fortresses formed an immense defensive system across northern China. Some sections run along steep ridges wide enough for 6 horsemen to ride side by side, proving the era's advanced engineering. More than 2 millennia later, the Great Wall still rises through the landscape, standing as a symbol of human will, intelligence, and endurance.